What is infinity? Well, the universe is temporary because 1 second ago will never happen again. But if that is a fundamental reality, then the space between real things is just as real as the things. And what I mean with that example is that whatever exists, whatever infinity is also the opposite of that. Yet somehow real life happens. There's no cancellation. I think there's like a hyperdescent crystal that exists in a void, just spinning. And each time it rotates once, it fucking changes the entire universe through one cycle. And everything in the universe goes through that cycle as well. And there's levels to it. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Some cool visual imagery would be like two rotating pyramids, and when one of them is facing you, it's green, and when the other one is facing away, it's blue. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that keep energy within a structure. It's not that you can't go faster than light. It's that something that caused something to happen will never be the effect of that thing happening. So the universe kind of goes in a single direction, as in life within a space of 14 billion years of expansion at that speed, from the perspective of the center of it, which, if we are to believe that we are emergent of it, the center of it technically is the center of ourself. And 14 billion years is like outward surrounding us. So you have to spend your brain energy, but there needs to be a structure, because it's like a thread weaving through metaphysics. It's like when those two colors are happening at the same time, you have a physical existence. And when they're in the opposite positioning, nothing is real. Nice. For colors to come in, they have to go away. Usually. I don't know everything, but they don't exist with physical properties. Therefore, our eyeballs can only see them sometimes. Or maybe it's our mind that sees them. I don't know. Can they interact with light? Well, if they're traversing through all dimensions that exist, absolutely. Regardless of how many there are, string theory says 10. There are quasi-particles that only have mass when they're moving a certain direction in space. And looking back on things that we understood in a certain light, we now have more information, and those understandings can change. Here's the thing I was thinking about earlier. A singularity that exploded 14 billion years ago, would have had infinite energy, would have been able to move through every possible reality, every potential that it could actualize. It could have done that in the flash of a second. It could have played out every single possibility already, and now here we are witnessing something completely random. There's nothing significant about 14 billion years. So imagine a sphere with reflections of spheres within it. Now imagine a grid of those spheres. There is a duality that exists between structure and ambiguity. In nature, you see random things, you see novelty, you see life that is non-symmetrical, things like that. Yet, when you look at the way a tree grows, you understand that it has geometric patterns that abide to suggestions, straight line towards the sun. Leaves have flat surface area to absorb more light, so on and so forth. So there's a duality here that exists between what the mind can access and, what the changing nature of reality causes our experience to be. I mean, how do you know you're here if here is never the same as it was a second ago? First of all. And so whenever something happens, it spins everything else off in that direction, and those things create other events. But something happening can be anything. It doesn't have to be... Anyway, I'm thinking about sacred geometry earlier. Later I probably will be too. Observing reality affects it, first of all. Second of all, if a change is constant, then it becomes a constant. It's not a change. Therefore, you could take a stack and then double it, then you have twice as much, but as soon as you keep doubling it, you're going in a straight line. You know what I'm saying? So, recognize the change, stop changing at a certain point.